What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video we got our best guide for marriage in Bloodline Heroes of Lithas. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing, awesome mobile gaming content. Thumbs up this video if it helped you out at all. Now, the marriage system can be a bit confusing, and I'm just going to try and explain it the best I can because the tutorial is, Alright, so first thing is you're going to need a wedding ring. Now, there's two different ways that you can get this ring. Let me go into my bag and show you exactly what it looks like. So this is the wedding ring that you're going to need in order to do the marriage. See, I have 15 of these. I actually did not purchase these. The fastest way to get these is to go straight to the store, and you can buy them right here for 500 diamonds. I will say don't waste your diamonds. Instead, just wait, because the further you get in the campaign story missions, then the rings will start to drop. That's how I got so many myself. I am currently at I am chapter 635 right now. I believe once you reach chapter 4 and above, that's when the rings start to drop. Maybe chapter 3, but I definitely think it was like chapter 4 and above. So like literally the wedding stuff is like end game. You really shouldn't be worrying about the marriage stuff if you haven't even reached chapter 4 yet, because there's a lot of ways that you can actually completely screw up your account and ruin it if you do try and do marriages early on and you kind of mess around. There's a lot of little things, little mistakes that you can make that like I said, they can completely ruin your account. So once you have your wedding ring, you're then going to go ahead and you're going to choose a champion. You're going to choose your main champion, and then you're going to choose your spouse champion. Now, this is very important, the order you pick it in. So let's go ahead and we're going to do this liking this guy right here, a Dickie. All right, so we're going to click marriage. Now, he is the main champion. Now, this is important. The prodigy is what they call it, because after you do the marriage, you don't necessarily get like a baby. It shows you a baby icon, but then it turns into an adult. So it's called a prodigy. The main champion dictates the rarity and the star level of that prodigy. So you don't want to put like your main champion as like a common or rare, and then your spouse champion as like a legendary or a mythic, because you basically just wasted your mythic or legendary. And then the most important thing is the two champions that are getting married, they're gone. After you click marry, they're deleted, they're gone, no more. All right, so that's very important. So you don't want to put like your best champion in here early on. You don't want to have a mythic and you're like, oh, I want to do the marriage thing, and then you just lost your mythic. So please don't have that happen. I've already seen some people say that they lost their best hero to this. So we have our main champion, and then we would go ahead and we would choose our spouse champion. So for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to select someone like this. Now, once we are in this screen right here, you have your main champion's traits, and then you have your spouse's champion's traits. The ones that are kind of like have this like electricity or have this like a glowing highlighted icon, these traits are the faction specific or faction exclusive traits, meaning that only champions from that family, that faction, that clan, that species can have that trait. All these other traits that are not like highlighted and glowy and stuff, these ones are regular traits, and any champion can acquire them. This one right here for our main champion, we cannot select this to get rid of it. So this is permanent. What we can do though is we can select one of these additional traits over here to get replaced by one of our spouse's traits. So we could go ahead and we could click this one, and whatever one you click on, that is the one that you are changing. So the other two or the other three or however many other ones you have, those ones are kept. We went ahead and we selected energetic. Constitution is increased by 30%. So we would be replacing this one with one of the spouse's traits. Now, it is completely random. You do not have a say in which trait you get. Now let's take it a step further, because you'll notice that there are numbers above the traits. These numbers indicate the trait's level. So because of that, you don't want to match up a high rarity champion, or not necessarily high rarity, because there are some high rarities that have low level traits, but you don't want to have a main champion's traits that are high get replaced by something that's lower. In fact, the game will even tell you. So if we go ahead and we click marry, it'll say the traits of the main champion are all greater than those of the spouse champion. Continue. But obviously, if we do this marriage, it's kind of pointless. In fact, we're actually hurting ourselves. We're going to make a prodigy that's going to be less strong than what it should be, because we're going to be replacing a level 13 trait with one of these level 8 traits, which is stupid. So what you really want to do is just match up champions that are going to actually benefit this. The main purpose of this whole marriage system is basically like trading traits, or kind of upgrading traits as well, because you may have let's say we got like level 8s or 7s or something, and then this one has like maybe traits that are like level 10 or something, and we want to upgrade it. So that would be a reason that you would do this. So I want to jump over to a video I recorded yesterday on my tablet, because I have a really good example of an additional thing that can happen when you're doing your marriages. So let me just switch over. Let's get rid of this game capture, switch over to screen capture. All right, so here we go. This is the video I recorded. So I went ahead, I did a full marriage, and this is what I just want to walk over. So here we go. We have a 4-star rare, and you're going to notice it says Vengeful is the faction exclusive trait. Then we have Fierce, and then we have Brutal. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip through this a little bit further. And this is the one that we are marrying as the spouse. Common 4-star. Again, this one has a level 1 exclusive faction trait. And then it also has another trait, which is also Brutal. So if we go here and we are in the selection area, right? So we're going to choose which trait we want to get replaced. Now, if you have 2 of the same traits, so in this instance, we have our main champion has Brutal, and then the spouse champion has Brutal, but the spouse champion only has Brutal as a regular trait, and then it has its exclusive faction trait. So if we try to replace the other trait that we have and keep Brutal, you'll notice that at the bottom, I'll zoom in so you can see, it says unable to replace. So we cannot actually replace that trait with that Brutal, because that champion already has Brutal. So you can't have the trait twice on a character. So because of that, for this instance, it's actually going to force the clan exclusive trait to be transferred. So this is a cool little method that you can do to specifically get the clan exclusive trait moved over, instead of it having a raw gamble. And then after the marriage, if you want to take a look at the family tree, you're going to click right here where it says genealogy. Genealogy, I think that's how you say it. If you click right here, it will show you the family tree. So we have the main champion, the spouse champion. Stay happy, stay safe, my friends. I'll see y'all later. Peace.